Hebrews 12 says, looking unto Jesus. Even though Paul dealt with this in Romans, when he said that, if meat will cause my brother to stumble. But you see, I am not talking to that leader you saw at the club. I'm talking to you who saw the person. If I were talking with that leader, if he was there for any unhealthy, unspiritual reason, because I don't know what you saw, what the person was doing when you saw him over there. Maybe it was winning souls there. Maybe he was trying to get to see somebody there. Seeing somebody in a club does not automatically mean that the person is doing something wrong there. Except maybe you saw the person with a bottle of alcohol, taking it or whatever. But to that I will say that you should not let what men do or don't do affect your faith. Even though as a baby Christian, it's possible that people that you hold in high esteem can actually affect your faith. But really, remember, looking unto Jesus. You must not get to a point where your faith or lack of it is determined by what someone else's actions. No. If inside you know something to be wrong, and somebody you hold in high esteem seems to be doing it without feeling it's wrong, that doesn't mean you should go ahead and do it. And that doesn't mean you should lose your faith because of that. The Bible says, let every man be fully persuaded in his own heart. So when we walk with God, it's a personal thing. Please, that is very important. Our walk with God is a personal thing. We are taught by people. We are influenced by people. But we must not give that responsibility to them of what happens to our faith. So if you witness a believer that you so much look up to, in a kind of situation where it looks like the person is compromising his or her faith, then that should not mean you should drop your own faith. No. Amen. Well, let's start by saying that it would have been better if together you arrive at that conclusion. The man is the head and the woman is to submit, no doubt about that. But I believe where love prevails, there will be a bit of, I need to carry this woman along and explain so that we can both, there's a place a man can make his decision as the head of the family, but I think it is better when the decisions are jointly made. So now if your husband has said that and people look at you, especially maybe you didn't complain about the rule when you were not married, now you are married, you were okay with the rule, or maybe you were not okay, but you did not complain. Now you are married, you become husband and wife, and now the rule is affecting you negatively. I think, firstly, maybe you should talk with him about it. If there can be an extension of that period, and then beyond that, your family people, I understand that at times people come to stay and they stay too long. It leads to all kinds of issues. So that might have made some men to say nobody stays with us. You can discuss with him, and then you can also discuss with your people. Look, letting them know that as a family you have decided that people don't stay long with you, they should understand. And if they don't, well, you cannot beg them forever. So there are boundaries that a family can form, and outsiders must respect that boundary. So remember the way I'm saying it. If you talk with your husband about extension, if he says yes, fine. If he insists and you both want to go ahead with that one, just have to let family members know that here is our own rule. We just don't want people to stay with us for more than 2 days. I know some will not like you for it. Some will complain about it, but it's your life. And it's what you have decided to do as a family. Amen.